Ray-Pec parents, hello. I'm Mike Slagle, Superintendent here at Ray-Pec. And as you know, we've been coming to you in several video series to talk about some of the questions that are on your mind regarding our back-to-school plans, as well as once we get back to school, some of the things that are happening with our students and your children. And so today, I'm joined by Dr. Kristel Barr. Dr. Barr is the Director of Secondary Education here at Ray-Pec. Dr. Barr, thank you for being here. I have a couple questions for you that we've heard. One is basically from me as the new guy on the block. Tell me a little bit about this thing called Launch that I hear about and some of the virtual education opportunities for our kids.
Sure. Launch is a virtual learning program based out of the Springfield, Missouri School District. They've been in existence about 4 to 5 years. They started out as a program servicing their own kids, but then expanded recently in the last 2.5 years to offer other school districts the opportunity to plug into their online learning. They do middle school, high school, and just recently added elementary courses, and they continue to add courses every year as they grow. We've been using them about 2.5 years for just a student here or there who just needs a little more freedom in their schedule.
And I know since we started our Viper program this year that not so many kids have needed Launch, but we have some that do. And so one of the questions that we've received is, what's up with Launch? Why is there a delay? What's going on with that? So can you help me understand where the students who opted for some Launch classes are in getting back to school?
Sure. They are looking at having all the Launch kids being in their courses by the end of the week. When they first started out a couple years ago, they were servicing 100 districts and maybe just a smattering of kids in each district. But based on the situation that we're in now, they're now servicing over 330 school districts and definitely more than a smattering of kids. So just under the increased load that they're trying to handle, they've had to hire more teachers, hire more staff, and so it's led into a slight delay. But that delay is not going to impact kids in a negative way in attendance or in their academic attainment. They'll adjust for the slight delay and then move forward once classes are open.
So basically what you're saying is that they'll be starting very soon and have a very normal experience in Launch as they would have had otherwise.
Yes, that is correct.
Excellent. And not to confuse Launch with our Viper program, because our Viper program has been very successful. Started last week, elementary through our high school and middle school students. So tell me about how that compares and contrasts with some students who might need Launch and why.
Sure. So Viper is our in-house, so we have ultimate control over that, and we used our own teachers to teach those courses and build those courses out. And it does take a while to build out a full course selection, and so hence some students have some Viper and some Launch, because we built out a base model of courses, much like any district would be as they are starting on this journey with the intent of continuing to grow. But we use Launch as a supplement for courses that we aren't quite ready to grow on yet. Like I said, we have a lot more control over that, and our teachers were in a 2-week camp prior to the starting of school just to build out their program. So we are much more ahead, and we were ready to go on August 24th for our internal program.
Which is a big feather in the cap to your team and all the teams that work throughout Viper and getting us ready to go. So again, Viper 100% for our elementary students, and then for the students who need some auxiliary courses or courses we don't offer yet, that's the ones that might engage Launch. Is that correct?
Yes, Launch offers, for instance, much more AP coursework and a little more electives than we're prepared to build out at this time. Our goal is to build out a very robust Viper offering, but that does take time.
Yes, and that's where we're headed with it, for a more robust Viper offering over time, correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Parents, thank you very much for tuning in once again. We'll continue to come back to you throughout the semester, answering the questions that you pose to us about what's going on inside Ray-Pec. So great seeing you. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.